Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Sharpshooters Podcast, everybody. I'm your humble and gracious host, Brensky Sharp, who doesn't have his microphone plugged up, but now he does. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate y'all jumping in here. You know, I got my main mans in the building tonight. Got my boy John in the building. What's going on, John?
Another day, another dollar, man.
Facts.
And you know, I always got my podcast partner and my partner outside of this, my main man, Coach Sean.
What up with you, my brother Brinsky? Happy and elated to be back with my broski and my broski John, and we doing big things. Hey man, let's get to it.
No, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all coming up in here. I know y'all still watching the game and listening to us at the same time, so appreciate it. But Nick, appreciate you being in here early, my brother. Everybody else will fall in like they normally do, man. Appreciate it. But of course, we gonna start off with some Alabama news, which while we all are here, talk some Alabama news. And one of the shockers throughout the spring portal, and my main man Dwight in here. Appreciate you being in here, bro. Appreciate it. And one of the shocking things throughout this spring is that we haven't lost any players through the spring portal, which a lot of us predicted we was going to lose a few guys, even some guys I'm surprised that even stayed, which is a great thing. But it's coming out that a lot of these guys saying that we're brothers, we believe in each other and stuff like that, so they here for the long haul. So I'm gonna start with Coach Sean on this, man. What's your thoughts on these guys staying with Alabama through the spring portal?
For me, man, you know, you hear scuttlebutt about what other coaches feel about this team and what other players feel about it. I believe it's clear and simple, man. System buy-in is one thing. You know, I really do believe these kids are buying what the coaches are selling. You know, the first year of anything, man, it's just really, really tough. You know, even myself, when you step back and you look at the program, this dude took over for Coach Saban, man. That's a tough ask, right? And a lot of people got to see the inner workings of Alabama, man. I really believe these kids who came back all believe in what they got going on down there, man. That to me, that's the number one thing. These kids believe in what Coach DeBoer and his staff is selling. I believe that they understood that last year, the Bama standards sort of lagged. I believe you had some things going on that a lot of kids didn't like. The simple fact that you had this many kids to A, come back to school, and B, not hop into the transfer portal, it tells you that whatever they got going on behind the scenes, behind the closed doors, is working, right? These kids are believing getting better. They want to play. They want to show that Bama is not falling off. We had turmoil last year, man, when Coach Saban retired, and we still won 9 games, man. When you really want to look at it, bowl games, say what you want to say, but they won 9 out of 12, man. In a year that we supposed to have fell off, we lost 30-something players, bro, and we still won 9 games, right? So for all these kids to come back, for that defense to be as solid as it's going to be, it's just system buy-in to me. And if you really want to finish up and you know, put a cherry on top with it, at the end of the day, man, all of these kids could have, several kids that could have opted for the NFL draft, whether they got picked, not picked, it doesn't matter. It's several of them that did not have to come back to school. And that tells you that they believe in what they got going on at Bama, man. I can't wait to see it.
John.
Yeah, so I mean, Coach pretty much nailed it on the head for the most part, I would say. The only thing I have to add in, I think that like Coach said, you got to turn over from Nick Saban, obviously, to Kalen DeBoer, and not everybody there wants to be there without Nick Saban, right? So whether or not you're a 4 or 5 star, at the end of the day, when Nick Saban was there, those kids, they committed to Nick Saban. They committed to Nick Saban's staff. And when 80% of the staff leaves along with Nick Saban, you can't blame them, right? So obviously, you know, over 30 players left when the transfer portal opened. Kalen DeBoer was behind the 8 ball because they can leave, but Kalen DeBoer couldn't bring anything in. So, right, you have that 30-day window where it opens up for them to leave because they got a new coach, but nothing can come in. So and at the end of the day, like, it's going to take time to set the new culture, because Kalen DeBoer at the end of the day is not Nick Saban, right? He's not going to be the one chewing you out all practice long, right? He's more of a player's coach, as we've heard, all throughout last season. And, so the whole culture has to go from one side to the other, along with the defense, along with the new offense, along with everything, right? So everything is changing. And like Coach Sean said, you only lose 3 games through that much turmoil.
That's facts.
Hats off to you. That was a job on its own. And hats off to Courtney Morgan, right? So the job he had, when he was there, there's a reason why he's already had 2 pay raises. But yeah, I think the culture is definitely going to be improving at Alabama and Tuscaloosa. You're going to see more of a buy-in, in my opinion, this year than last year. And you're probably going to see even more of a buy-in the following year, right? So when he has all his players that are there to be coached by him. So nothing against Nick Saban, obviously, but at the end of the day, these kids, in my opinion, commit not just to the university, but to the coach and the staff.
Yep, and it's showing, because we seen a lot of departures last spring, and we had both hands behind our back, handcuffed, man, because of Coach Saban's retirement. Of course, we can't do nothing for the first 30 days. Guys can stay and leave as they go, and we couldn't do nothing about it, and we couldn't touch nobody in the transfer portal, so it was bad. But you see how that has helped us, because those guys literally went into the state, started getting to know the coaches, going to all these trainers and all that. Shout out to Madhouse down in Montgomery. That's one of them that I know.
Yeah, fact.
I don't know in person, but I'm just saying, like, I know a group of trainers that be out there. But they went out there and they hit the state hard, and you can see that it's starting to push back over their way. But we already knew that. You just had to give them a year. And
sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off.
Go ahead.
And to make things even worse, by the way, the timing of when, look, Nick Saban, praise him, all great man, greatest coach of all time. He retired at the worst possible time in January, right after the winter portal closed, which is when you get your guys, right? So when he retired in January, it almost handcuffed the entire process.
Yeah, man. That was like, man, it was bad, but like, man, if he felt like that was the right time, it's never a right time, because
you're right.
Yeah, that's why I say it really was never a right time for him. Like, man, this man earned the right to do whatever he wanted to do.
You're right.
I understand. He literally seen the future. If it was because of NIL, so be it. Because he's seen how it's going right now, and I don't think he has the patience for it right now. Even I don't even have the patience, and I'm probably like 40 years, maybe 50 years younger than him. So I wouldn't want to deal with this either. So I'm just happy that Coach DeBoer and them are just hitting the state hard, getting these top tier players like Sadarian Morgan, EJ Crowell. I feel like they need to tackle more guys in state. Shout out to Marquez Daniels and Dylan Purdy. But I trust these guys' evaluation. If it's a 3-star, I know they have great eye for talent. Look at Keelan Russell. So
yeah.
So, but since we're talking about recruiting and all that, what you guys think they plan should be this summer? Like tackling some of these players in state, out of state. Who you think they're going to get? Who they need to get? Keep their eyes on. What needs do we need, and all that good stuff.
For me, man, I think they need to keep hitting the state as far as the D linemen go. Shout out to Piano Man. Shout out to the big homie Piano Man, man. Much love to Piano Man. Shout out to Ready Rock in the chat. Big Bummer Brand. Shout out to Tiny, Let Loose, Nick, everybody, man.
Acknowledging y'all. Sorry about that.
Yeah, much love to all them in the chat, man. Much love to Susan. Much love to Nitra, the homie Dwight. Everybody, man. Thank y'all for tapping in, bro, for sure. For me, man, I hope they continue to establish relationships with some of these younger kids. I know it's a lot of kids up here in Northern Alabama, a lot of defensive linemen, you know what I mean? I know Hezekiah's father, you know what I'm saying? You need to get on these defensive linemen early. The key to these kids in Alabama is you got to get on them early, man, because if you let these out-of-state teams like Georgia, Florida State, and Ohio State, who's starting to come in here, establish those relationships early, you playing catch up. You playing catch up. One camp don't establish a full relationship. One visit don't establish a full relationship. You got to really get on these kids in the state of Alabama, man, in the state of everything that's in a 2 to 4 hour radius. You got to get on them early, man. And if a kid don't camp, don't give up on him. Don't give up on him. A lot of times these kids don't commit to Alabama early, or don't I guess I should say some of these in-state kids is because a lot of them just don't have that relationship that they have with these out-of-state kids. I can remember distinctly Clemson was up here every single weekend with Peter Woods. I mean, they stayed in Alabama, right? So you got to get out there and beat the bushes. I respect the Cali kids, respect them. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, your supply of Cali kids will never override what you got right here in your backyard, right? For every Cali kid you got 3 or 4 of them right here that we allowing to go to Clemson or Georgia or Florida State you got to get those kids and beat the bushes with the kids in your backyard. I love to see them continue that. And I think they will. Man. A kid like Brandon Arrington, you got to get on that kid, man. That kid wants to go to Bama. He need to hear from you every day. And I'm sure they own him. Man. And so for me, just continue to do more of the same and really strengthen and get more depth to what we already have.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. So
that's it. I said Nick. I'm looking at Nick in the chat. Go ahead, man.
So just to point out a couple of things, because there was a lot of information that flooded out on X today and the BOL and all that stuff. So first of all, as far as recruiting this week goes, Mo Linguist and Courtney Morgan, those cats are out on the trail right now, all over, right? So those two actually just visited Zion Gibson today, obviously projecting to get him another corner, right? So another elite corner when it comes to that. It's just ridiculous. Of course, he's got a visit to Tennessee, Auburn, I believe, and Miami are in the mix. And then his official visit is the 20th of June. Coach Morale, same thing. He's after Caden Hall right now. Like one of the best in the business. Here's the thing though, Caden Hall, it's going to be interesting to see because they're going to have to sell him to play linebacker. He's currently a safety, but they're recruiting him as a linebacker. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see. And then as we were talking about him earlier, linebacker Jacquez Wilkes, they're hitting him late. Like we've already mentioned before, they didn't jump on him early, in my opinion, which gave Auburn and Miami, by the way, a little bit of an advantage. But they're really attacking him, and he actually did officially drop an official visit for Alabama. So that's going to be June 20th, which in my opinion is a great thing because a lot of these guys you come in late for, I've noticed they're securing that May 30th, May 16th or 17th slot, right? Not the later visits, which is what you want to see because we always want to be the last ones leaving that impression, obviously. And then outside linebacker, see Christian Robinson, he was the one visiting Jacquez. And then obviously later this week, we're talking Chris Booker, who already got secured in the interior line. And then Zyke Helton is an interesting one for me. Chris Kapovic's going to be touching base with him on Tuesday. And then safety Jairede Edwards. So it seems like there's a trend right now. Coach, I want to get your take on this. It seems like we're not as big in the defensive line, right? In the interior specifically. But it seems like this coaching staff attacks the defensive backs, right? So in the linebacking position, especially the Wolf position right now, is there a reason we're not trying to get bigger on the interior, or what's going on with that?
I think that's just when I did my research on DeBoer in the past, I think that's just his style of recruiting. But I'll be the one to tell you not to put a damper on anything. And Lord knows I don't coach at Alabama. I don't believe you can be successful and win a championship in this conference without those bodies in the trenches. I don't give a damn how many DBs you have. If you don't have those Goliaths up front, you will always get beat by the better competition in this conference. That's just me saying that. Somebody else on another channel may tell you something different. I'm just telling you what I believe, what I've seen with my own two peepers. You can have great DB play, But if you do not have, and that might get you a win over Kentucky and Mississippi State and Ole Miss at times. But if you don't have those guys, you know, they play the 3, they play the 5, they play the nose, the 0. If you don't have those guys, the better competition, the Georgias, the Texases will always put lashes to your asses. And that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So in the last,
go ahead.
And the last little bit of news I really had was, in case you guys didn't see, which it kind of surprising is it's another late jump we had on a recruit. You know, Ethan Booby Feaster, right, wide receiver, 4-star guy. He named Alabama in his top 4, and that's kind of surprising. But once again, it seems like this coaching staff is putting Courtney Morgan and Mo and Freddie Roach on these guys, and they're just going all out. And you have to check out the tweet, by the way, that Courtney Morgan sent out today with just the boxing gloves off. So anyway, that's all I have for that.
Yeah, man. I was trying to figure out what he was saying, like a knockout punch. I didn't know what he was.
So he tweeted that right after his visit, actually, with Gibson. So he had an in-home visit, and he went to the school as well afterwards. So, and then he made that tweet. So I don't know if it's a subliminal thing or what. Maybe he already committed to Alabama. Maybe it was just a for sure lockup. I don't know.
Yeah. The one I tell you, man, is anytime we talk about recruiting, I'm going to continue to say it. The only thing that bothers me when a guy commits is when he takes other visit. I just never been that type, because a commitment means a commitment. Like, I'm here. Like, when they say I'm shutting down my commitment.
Yeah.
That's why I look at Keelan Russell different, man. Like, when he committed, like, I'm done. Like, this is where I want to be. And that's why I was looking at Jordan Edmonds when they was like, okay, he had a commitment.
Oh, did he cut out?
Be sharp. You think you froze? Okay, there you go. It popped.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Oh man, please don't do this. But like Jordan Edmonds, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, but like I was saying with like Jordan Edmonds, hopefully that like he wanted to make some other visits before he committed. I have zero problem with that, even though he was leaning towards our way. I like guys to like really know where they want to go before they commit. Now, once you commit, I want you to lock it down. That's why I like what Dabo do in Clemson. Like, once you hear, you hear. That's why you see a lot of those guys stay. So respect to that, man. As much as we wanted Dabo to adapt to the times, and I think he still should adapt to the times a little bit more. I think he's doing a great job, even though he hasn't budged on a lot of his values on the type of players that he wants.
I'll say this, man. It's what was the kid that decommitted from Bama? Was it Vodney? What's the D lineman from Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
out of Parker.
Yeah, kid out of Parker. Okay, well, here's the deal. When I watched film, man, and I don't know, everybody watch film different. You know, I have my way I watch film, based on criteria. It's a kid in Bessemer that I like better than him. His name is Emmanuel Ruffin. He's only a 3-star kid. I think the kid like 6'3", 6'4", about 285, 290. Look, man, kid don't camp a lot though. So he got them 2, 3, whatever, 3-star, whatever. I like him better. It's another kid that can 2-gap his, off. His name is Cameron Moody, or Cameron Mallory. I think he's from Moody. That's what it was. He went to Moody. His name was Cameron Mallory, I think. Yeah. Them 2 kids, man, get them kids. There's no reason why we don't offer them maybe we have, I don't know, but Emmanuel Ruffin, and go look at Emmanuel Ruffin and go look at Cameron Mallory from Moody. I get his, either it's Cameron Moody or Cameron Mallory from Moody, or it's Cameron Mallory from Moody. Cameron Mallory and Emmanuel Ruffin. Look at both of them 2 kids, man. Film. I don't understand why our whole staff at their school right now. You know what I mean? I don't know, but
No, I can tell you right now, Ruffin just put in an official visit for Alabama on the 20th of June.
Cool.
So we did offer him, and that's another one supposedly we're going after. So
I hope so, because there's no excuse for let Georgia or Clemson get these kids when they're right over there. It's a kid right here, 10 minutes at Jefferson High School from me, Hezekiah Harris, right? Barely heard from Alabama. Barely heard. And he'll edge. Hezekiah got to be, and I'm just guessing, 6'3", 6'4"-ish, 230 maybe, 225, 230-ish. Kid, first step is crazy. It's gonna hurt my heart if we let that kid end up at Auburn. You know what I'm saying? Because they already got Riddick, they already got all them kids that's gonna be killers, man. And that kid from Jemison, that's right there. You know what I'm saying? So, and to the staff's credit, maybe they're already on these kids, but I know in Hezekiah's case, I don't know how much they're in contact with him. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Just basically speaking on what you were saying was that right there, man. You don't know how much they are on these kids for real, and that can be worrisome sometimes because I feel like they're overlooking my guys down here, and I'm just like, I don't know how you just overlooking these guys, man, for real. And I'm talking about dogs. I'm talking about straight dogs, and they play on both sides of the football. I seen it today at practice. So definitely, man, shout out to them, man. They just need to just put a flag in the state, man. Like we going after certain guys. But I trust the process, man. They see what they like. They know how to develop. That's the best thing about this group. They know how to develop players. So I definitely got to get his coaching staff their credit. So once they get like a 5-star, let's just say they get like a Booby Feaster come in here, I know they're going to be able to develop him into the receiver that we want him to be. So only time will tell. We're going to see how it go. But any more recruiting news that you guys or a player or anybody? But go ahead.
There's one more. It's gonna hurt my feelings if another kid that I watched, Tyson Bacon, if he end up at Tennessee, it's gonna hurt my damn feelings because the kid can play. That's all I gotta say.
Man, it's hard, man. It's so hard because we're getting
all right here in the state.
Yep. And we can't get them all. That's just the worst part about it, man. It's only so many positions, and we already have guys from the last cycle. So that's the sad part about recruiting. We can't get them all because, like, damn, man, I want them to get him.
Yeah, he's got a visit on the 13th of June. I know that.
The Bacon kid
to Alabama.
Yeah, to Alabama. So
yes, them ABT, Brian, the ones we just named, Tyson Bacon, Emmanuel Ruffin, Trenches, kids that got another year of high school, but they all like 280 right now and can straight up ball, straight up. I think that kid, the Bacon kid is a Hoover kid. I think he's a Hoover kid, if I'm mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah,
man. They were like, and this is my daily dose of saying, hey, Tank, if you're listening out there, or anybody listening that know Tank, we need you at Alabama, man. This is one of the guys I want at Alabama the most.
Brad told me this. That kid is scheduled for a visit, but nobody knows when it is. His family not releasing when it is. It hadn't been announced yet. You know what I mean? Brad didn't know, but he's scheduled for a visit, official visit at Alabama. So
I think shout out to Lisa. Appreciate you jumping up in here. He said Tennessee is sheep and wolves clothing.
That's why I love Lisa. We think alike.
And I know you hate them. So anytime you can just talk mess about them, I love it. Keep talking mess about it.
Lisa,
I don't know nothing about
did you know Vols spelled backwards is Slav? The Tennessee Slavs. I can't stand them. Swear that.
Man, it's crazy, man. That was like, man, we definitely need Tank in this class. I think majority of us, all of us, we love EJ, man. We love EJ, and I'm glad EJ. And it looked like EJ loves Alabama. So it's a match made in heaven, man. So we definitely gotta make that one happen for real. So, but I think we're in the driver's seat for that one.
Yeah, I hope so, man. The Brendan Arrington kid is committing on July 5th.
Yep.
And
that was a tough one.
Is Cedarian Morgan is July 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the weird at 10:58, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a reason.
There's a reason behind it. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. Yeah.
I think I know who to ask to get the answer on that because I have no idea
Facts.
why. But I know before we start talking about recruiting, because I like, man, I truly love recruiting.
Same.
I know I think John, you said this on our show, is that EJ changed his commitment day from December 31st. But the thing is, he hasn't made another date.
No, and he's committing. Well, he's committing June 23rd. So is it we're talking about Anthony Tank Johnson, right?
No, not Tank. EJ.
Oh, not Tank. Okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about Tank.
I'm about to say, you seen that? I'm about to say, hey,
no,
man,
no. EJ is not. Let me look through my list here. No,
Yeah.
there's no date. It's planned but not released. Is what it is. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just reading Piano Man. That we need to strike while the iron is hot. When problems arise and I complain, we have to sell ourselves and become attractive to recruits, and recruits will come. Yep. Yeah. Let me see. Dwight said I ran across some kid on YouTube streaming and recording his visit to Alabama. He was a lineman. Can't remember his name.
Did he have braids, Dwight?
What? I think he was sitting in a chair or something.
Okay.
The date I can look it up.
Unless I don't know, man.
About the kid that came to the Georgia game with his dad and was streaming live on his show. You know, they was filming. It might be a different kid. I don't know, but
I can't believe I just skipped up. Oh, is that a rise without competition? My bad. I just skipped all over that.
yeah.
But is that he was talking to Lisa. He sounded like he loved it. Which one you talking about, the way?
Michael Smith. Yeah.
I don't think I know.
Who is it? Smith?
Yeah.
What was the first name?
Micah.
Oh, I got it right here. Micah Smith. Yeah, he doesn't have a commitment or a official visit listed at all.
Well, what's that linebacker that's about to
Does he have braids?
Yeah, Micah does.
Yeah.
You know, I said, what's that linebacker that's about to commit? I like him. I think his name is Abrams or something like that.
Nick Abrams is July 16th.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, a day before my birthday. Hey.
And his official visit's going to be June 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some big time dates coming up. May 30th, we got 16 recruits coming into town. June 13th and then June 20th are like huge days for recruits.
Okay. Yeah, man. Let's like I said, man. What Coach Sean said, because I think one position that we are extremely elite on right now is DBs, but we got to get those guys in the trenches that can stop the damn ball, because it doesn't matter if we can stop the pass if we can't stop the run, because I don't know a coach alive, at least the ones that get fired, that stop running the ball if they can run the ball.
Remember, I don't know how many passes they threw, but Michigan didn't throw the ball.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think that was Dwight that pointed that out to me when I was giving Zay Mincy a lot of credit back there with Bray, which I'm glad he pointed that out, because I always leave out that part. Like, they really wasn't passing the ball
At
that
all.
much in that game to like really say that, but I did like how they was covering the field, especially in the run game too. But we definitely need to get some more players in the trenches. So get those players early, because they out there, trust me. Country strong. But early bold predictions, guys. It can be anything, even y'all in the chat. What is y'all big bold predictions? Well, season bold predictions. It can be about any team. It could be about Alabama. It could be about Georgia, Auburn, whoever. A player winning an award, anything. Coach getting fired, whatever you want it to be.
My early prediction is about a player. I feel like, and maybe it's because he hurt, he hadn't participated in the spring. That's what the positive side of me say. But the pessimist side of me say he getting hated on. He's not getting the love he deserves. I think Domani Jackson is not getting enough love. I think from the middle of the season to the end of the season, Domani was one of the better corners in the country. I think this year the spotlight is going to be on him bright. I predict Domani to be in the conversation for the Thorpe Award. I think he's going to have that kind of season. I really believe it. I think if it wasn't his first season of production, I think you would have seen him get the love last year, right? I think last year was more of a wait, let's see, right? Because that was really his first full production season was last year. At USC, he got hurt. In high school, he got hurt. So I really feel like, that's huge. I really do. I feel like that's huge, and I really feel like Domani's going to get a lot of love in the DB room, as well as national attraction this year.
And look at all of them. Everybody want to come on in now and give y'all bold prediction.
Yeah,
KT,
hey,
what's going on?
Link.
With you? My man Link, what's going on, brother? He said Auburn won't make a bowl game this year. Hey, that means Hugh Freeze will be fine. And that means the floodgates will open at Auburn. And I love it. So Cam, we got an eye on you, boy.
Facts.
Well, KT up in the house. What's going on, girl? Who? Mike Jones up in here said Bama ending Georgia home winning streak this year. I had to remember that Georgia Tech didn't finish the job. So
nope, didn't.
Hey, I like that one, Mike. I like that one. I like that one. Let's go in there and do that and say the White Side. I don't recall teams throwing at Jackson. Yep. Only time I can remember somebody really throwing. Well, they threw at them, but not as much. Only time I remember somebody really got a pass off of them was Nicholas Harper.
South Carolina.
They called that long touchdown pass. That was the only play, but almost cost us the game. But it's all good. He's going to be better this year. But John, my fault. You go ahead.
No, you're good. My I don't know if you want to call it a bold. Yeah, you can call it. I guess you can call it a bold prediction. I believe Ryan Grubb's going to win the Broyles Award. And I think it's going to prove a lot of people. I mean, the reason why I say that is because you know what? If he comes in and wins the Broyles Award, that means we probably won the national championship. That's why I'm saying that.
Hey, if that means if that offensive line is that good, there's no doubt in my mind we win the national championship.
So
there's no doubt.
No, yeah. I mean, other than that, I don't know, man. I mean, I think Ty Simpson will be a top 5 SEC QB. I'm not saying national, top 5 SEC QB.
Okay. Oh, so
that's bold, I feel like to say, in all honesty. But I'll stick with it. And that's not a homer. I know you may say it's a homer pick.
I love homer picks, man. Trust me, man. It makes me feel good.
Facts.
Trust me, it makes me feel good because I want to believe this stuff. I believe Ryan's going to hold those guys to. I think it's a good cop, bad cop with him and Coach DeBoer, and I love it. Like their chemistry. Yeah. Like Coach DeBoer is not going to chew into these guys' asses like that, but he will. He's going to hold you accountable, and I like that about him. It's like, okay, we got a guy right here. So, let me see what else. Said Georgia Bulldogs won't make the 12-team playoffs this year. They got a big game against us at their house. They got Texas at their house. They got to play Florida. They got to go down there to Jordan Hare this year. Well, it's gonna be tough, but it's a 12-team playoff. I'm not putting nothing past Kirby Smart, man. Kirby's a great coach.
And if I can piggyback, man, please remember this, man, Link. Respect to my brother, Link. Georgia has probably recruited the best in the country over the last 3 years, man. They got talent on top of talent. I'm telling you, on top of more talent down there. Now, I'm not gonna say they're gonna win a national championship, man. But if Gunnar Stockton or whoever the hell they quarterback just play average, them dudes gonna win 9-10 games, bro. I don't see 3 teams on that schedule beating them. You know what I mean? I don't. Georgia's talented, man. I ain't taking nothing from Georgia. You know, this is me taking my fandom out of it. They stacked on the defensive line. They got Elijah Griffin too. They stacked, bro. They defensive front got probably go 3 deep at every position. This is facts. They linebackers are stacked. They secondary is stacked. Their offensive line is returning the gang of people. If that quarterback, yeah, facts. I agree, Link. I agree. I don't, you know, we've seen him start one game and play the rest of the Texas game. But this is what I'll say about Gunner. And this is why people love AJ McCarron so much. Gunner Stockton may not be the most talented quarterback, but he tough as nails, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the team love him. They rally around that cat, man. Did you see when he came in that Texas game, how them boys started jumping up and down? They love him, right? So that is dangerous, man. That's infectious and it's dangerous. Now, he's not going to go out and beat you with his arm, you know, especially throwing deep. But anytime you got a quarterback like that the team love and rally around, that's a dangerous squad. I'm telling you, man. Trust me. He took that lick against Texas. I thought he was dead.
Yep.
I thought he was over. I thought it was over for him. I thought he was going to the upper room. No lie. They like to kill the boy. That boy got up and the team went crazy. That is infectious, man. And a lot of times that's what you want in a quarterback.
And
all the time, really.
And before you go, John, let me just say this about him. I'm about to say, trust me, I've seen mid quarterbacks win national championship games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of the pieces that are around him. I love Jake Coker to death.
Oh my God.
But trust me, Jake Coker was mid, maybe a little bit below that. We just had a super talented team, especially on that defensive end, and we had a Heisman Trophy winning running back right behind him. So trust me, mid quarterbacks can win national championships. I have seen it time and time again. I would even say, what's his name? That won back-to-back championships at Georgia. He was mid, to be honest. He made the right plays.
Stetson Bennett.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe Stetson was like that. I just believe he was just a talent around him. Look at the defense. It's one of the all-time greatest defenses. Then you got Cooks back there, right there with Milton and all those guys. Then you got Pickens on one side. You got Lab McConkey, you got Brock Bowers. I'm like, what? All you got to do is not mess it up.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all. Mitchell was on that team before he went to Texas. Like, come on, bro. Who has that type of team? All those guys in the NFL right now. So
I'm gonna tell you who gonna be good. Ain't nobody talking about. And I think they could. If I don't know if they play Georgia in the regular season, but I would almost pick them to, if not beat Georgia. And that's, man, listen, we play them. Lord, I hope they have a terrible game. And note that I said this last year. Ty Hayes can vouch for this. I said Garrett Nussmeier was going to be the best quarterback in the SEC, and he was. He was. LSU is it. Look, man, don't overlook them Bengals freaking Tigers. Man, they got their quarterback back. They got a couple offensive linemen back. Their younger receivers was making plays last year. They'll be starting now. You know what I mean? The LSU ain't going to be no. You can fool yourself if you think that's going to be a cakewalk, but it most certainly will not be. Thank God we played them in Tuscaloosa this year.
Yep, and hey, John, I keep forgetting, man. You ain't said nothing about it yet. But I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna let you go real quick. But Piano Man said Texas was overrated. That's why UGA beat them. I'm about to say, yeah, man, they just still I wouldn't say they overrated, but I will say they haven't won nothing to get the recognition that they deserve. So this is the SEC, man. Nobody cares about what you did in the Big 12, even though you ain't do nothing there either.
They fans will tell you that they had the most I'll just use a rated G word. They had the most juiciest schedule in the SEC, bro.
My Lord.
They did. They had a nice juicy schedule.
Most moist
schedule. Didn't have to play them. Who else? Bama didn't have to play them. You know, they had some of the top teams in the SEC that Oklahoma did have to play. Tennessee didn't have to play them. They didn't have to play none of them, man. So, of course.
All right. So I guess I'll do another. I got a question for you, Coach. And then when Brinsky decides to come back from his eating dinner. So, and I guess I can make a bold prediction by saying this too. I think if Jeremiah Smith improves, you almost got to consider him a Heisman candidate, right? I mean,
yeah.
Year he had last year.
He the best receiver in the country to me, bro.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. That's just no disrespect to nobody, but that kid the best receiver in the country.
I'm pretty sure you talking about Jeremiah.
Yeah.
It's no question, man.
That kid block. He catch balls over the middle. There's not a route he can't run. He do everything as a freshman. Not just some things. He do everything better than most.
Go ahead.
Did you hear what I asked though?
No, what you asked?
Yeah, I think so. I think he.
Oh yeah, no, I was making sure Brinsky heard me. I posed the question: do you think Jeremiah Smith could be a Heisman candidate or win the Heisman this year?
It all depends on the quarterback play.
Yeah, of course.
If he wasn't dependent on nobody, I believe he's a candidate.
Yeah,
that's really all it comes down to be, man. He is a mismatch, man. It's almost like, and this is too much critical. Hindsight is always 2020.
Yeah,
like the impact that Calvin Johnson had at Georgia Tech. It's almost like it's unfair. If Calvin Johnson would have went like to a premier school, I believe they would have won the national championship. But we're gonna see, man. It all depends on that quarterback play. I don't know if Julian saying is gonna be the quarterback up there, which I might add. Thank God he didn't come to Alabama because I love Keelan Russell a lot more than I love him. So, but only time will tell. But final thing, everybody. Just I told you, man, it's gonna be a little slow night tonight, man. But we talking about early, and I'm gonna say early one more time. NFL mock draft by one of my favorite guys in the building. Met him at the Senior Bowl. Super nice guy. I mean, super nice guy. Todd McShay. And this is his top. He has a top 32 mock draft. And this is the first half. 1/4 of it. Well, I'm messing up right now, but it's all good. Got Garrett Nussmeier as the first overall pick. You got Caleb Downs. You got Peter Woods. You got Lenore Sellers. You got Clay Klubnik, which I don't understand. When they say a deep quarterback draft, I don't know why they have Drew Adler, Clay Klubnik. They're just those type of guys. They just don't stick out to me. We just gonna talk about these guys like T.J. Parker, Ruben Bain, and I want everybody to interact. Just tell me who you think gonna be in the first round. I think if anybody is gonna be a lock in the first round, if I had to lock it up right now, Caleb Downs is the first down. Top 5 player in the draft, I believe Caleb Downs is there, or if not, top 10. But what you guys think about this list, and do you have any other guys that you don't see on this list?
Before you go, Coach, can I just say something?
Sure. Yeah.
I think Garrett Nussmeier would be the happiest person on the planet if he wasn't picked 1. And the reason why I say that is because his dad is at number 2. Yeah. So just throwing that out there, that Nussmeier, he's the quarterback's coach or the offense coordinator, right? At New Orleans.
Yeah, man, good job on that.
So, is this the first time in history where we see somebody possibly go, nah, put me a second?
Facts.
Anyway, go ahead, Coach. I'll have to think about it. So
it makes sense. It makes sense to me, man, Brian. It makes sense to me all day long, man, John. For me, though, man, when I watch Garrett, I watched him, and I'm just using eyeballs. Again, everybody evaluate different. That kid flat-footed, throw the best ball to me. I watched him take a beating 2 years ago, a year ago, whatever it was. I watched this kid throw shallow crosses. I watched this kid throw deep digs right on the money. I watched him throw from the other hash across the field accurately. You know, to me, I said last year he was the best quarterback in the SEC. Go check the stats. He was. I had Lanella Sellers, number 2 on my list that we did the other night. That kid is Jalen Miro-esque. He big. He liked to beat Alabama. Now, he's not as accurate with his deep ball, but he can run around. They don't ask him to do a lot in the deep passing. He got a great receiver in Nicholas Harbor. That kid almost beat us last year, man. But we beat South Carolina by the hairs of our chin. So those are my number two. Those are my number one and number two quarterbacks on my list. And but for me, as far as the Bama players go, bro, I only had 3 players from Bama going in the first round. I had Caden Proctor, Damani Jackson, and LT Overton. I put Deontay Lawson, but I don't know how that knee is going to work out. If Deontay come back and be healthy with his knee, he easily is a first rounder, easily, right? If he's healthy. I don't know if he's healthy yet. As far as Caden, really quickly, Caden has cut his sacks in almost half from his freshman season to his sophomore season. He got better. But it was only really 2 games he really struggled bad, and both of those kids got drafted that he was going against. Caden played better. Caden Proctor should be the leader on that offensive line this year. He's played probably more games than anybody on that offensive line. He was starting even when the Hulk wasn't starting. Caden been starting, he was a freshman, right? Yep. Caden was there when Evan Neal was there. I'm not Evan Neal, but what's his name? JC Latham, was there. So Caden should be the leader. He should learn to speak up now. I think they got him late. They got him going late in the first round on this mock draft because of the speed rushing issue. You know, if it's already on tape, it's already on tape, man. They'll try to pick your game apart. I think just like he got better his second year, I think he gets better this year. I think this is his junior year. This will be his last year at Alabama. I think Caden Proctor is going to have a great future. I'm upset that Damani ain't getting more love. And I think LT Overton, as long as they don't have him playing standing up out there in space, they put his hand in the dirt, I think he'll be effective like that. I don't want to see him out there like an Oklahoma game when you asking that kid to be out there in space trying to tackle somebody, trying to drop back in coverage. That kid 280-some pounds, man. Why they had him and Jamarian Latham on the field at the same time, I don't know. I don't want to see him standing up like Dallas Turner or something like that. I want to see him with his hand in the dirt, going to get the QB. And finally, as far as the QBs go, you know, I take my fandom out of it, man. I just go by what my eyes see, and I think those 2 quarterbacks that you see is definitely the best 2 quarterbacks in the SEC. I can't put Ty out there yet because I hadn't seen him do it yet. You know, the sample size is way too small for me.
Go ahead, Jim.
So I feel like this is probably the deepest wide receiver class I've seen in a very, very long time. Jeremiah Smith is single-handedly pushing Carnell Tate to the bottom of this draft. Carnell Tate, in my opinion, is one of the best receivers in this class, if not possibly the best receiver in this class. I love the dude. I loved him since high school, right? So it's just Jeremiah is that special to where you're just not going to get the ball thrown. It's like Emeka. It's like the rest of the guys. You get overlooked a lot. You know what I mean? And then they end up somewhere like the Jets or whatever. And then they're, you know, Garrett, right? So Wilson, they're balling out. And people are wondering how these guys slip. And it's like, well, sometimes you just get there's so much talent in the room, you get overlooked. And when you look at this, when you look at Mekhi Lemon, USC, right? He, in my opinion, top 15 guy, receiver. I think there's so much depth at wide receiver is pushing these guys to the bottom as far as that goes. Garrett Nussmeier, look, I think coach is spot on. I really do think he's probably going to end up being the best quarterback, right, in the SEC this year. Do I want that? No, because I'm an Alabama fan and I don't want to lose some of that good stuff. Right. So, but me personally, I just, it's just a fan feeling that I don't believe it's there. But the one that strikes me the most, well, equally, Lenora Sellers at 4 makes me kind of skeptical, right? Because like you said, Coach, he did it for 1 year, right? So we need to see more consistency. But Cade Klubnik at 5 to the Browns, it's kind of a head scratcher to me. I don't feel like he's a top 5 quarterback. I think but to be fair too, I feel like every pre-mock draft way too early, way too early, you see like 9 quarterbacks in the first round. Yeah. And then they start dwindling down. And then right before the draft happens, there's 1 or 2 that skyrocket up. You know what I mean? Like Troth did, right? The kid from Louisville end up in the second round or something like that. So I don't know how to even take these things almost serious. Drew Aller at 7 of the Raiders. Really? Like, you know what I mean? Like, am I missing something here? Once again, it's no disrespect to them. I'm specifically talking about what I've seen them play, right? So not the person, never do that. But I'm still looking at this mock draft. Deontay Lawson, man, if he didn't have health issues, Deontay Lawson, and that tells you how special he is. He has health issues and still at 15, right? To Arizona, Damani Jackson to the Steelers. Oh man, I know a lot of people would love that move. I know a lot of Steelers fans. But same thing that Coach said, definitely overlooked, barely even looked at, targeted last season as far as people just didn't want to throw on his side. Give up 1 or 2 big plays at most all season. So, yeah, and I feel like Caden Proctor will go up the board more. My bold prediction in this draft is Caden Proctor will end up, I'll say, a top 10 pick before it's all said and done.
Top 10?
Top 10. If he's improved that much from 2 years ago to last season, and he can improve, if he can cut that in half again, if he can do, we'll say, well, technically it'd be 100% improvement, right? Since he cut it in half. If he can do that again, I believe he'll be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, because he like you said, man, he been progressing since freshman year. Like last year, it wasn't bad. It was just like you get a game or two. It felt like every game in freshman years a lot of time, and then you get a couple of games sophomore year. So if you come out there and get like no games or maybe just one game to show, like you just like Trent Williams out there, like the silverback out there. Hey, I can see that happening. I know. Of course I'm an Alabama guy, born and raised. We got TJ Parker up here down the road from Central High School. Still mad he went to Clemson, just like Peter Woods up there at Thompson, and they go to Clemson, and we see they're one of 2 of the top 10 picks in this draft. So that lets you know how much talent is coming from the state that's leaving out of state. Now, Coach Sean said Damani Jackson is not getting a lot of love. I will agree, but I can promise you this. If Damani Jackson land, let's just say the Steelers have the 16th pick. Jeez. I don't think Coach Sean at all will be mad if they go pick up Damani Jackson.
Oh, facts, man. Damani played well, man. I love Damani Jackson, bro. I love the fact that he was practically healthy, and when he was hurt, he played. I love Damani Jackson. And let me say really quickly to Tiny Let Loose. You said did Nuss even throw for 3,000 yards? Help me.
Yes.
Actually, no, he didn't throw for 3,000. He threw for 4,000. He threw for 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and more importantly, he had an 80 QBR. That means he rarely missed. So, the truth is in the details, bro. I mean, I'm just gonna give it to you raw. I'm not an LSU fan, but I'm giving it to you real. I hope he throw for 12 yards total all season, especially against us. But the truth is in the detail. The dude is awesome. His team wasn't, but he was awesome. That's just truth.
I was like, man, he set himself up for that one. I was like, I know, Coach. Even if you didn't see it, I was gonna be like,
what are you talking about? I mean, he threw for twice as many yards as our quarterback almost. So, I mean, it hurts my ears to say that, but it's the truth, man. I mean, the dude,
and he improved throughout the year too, man. He was balling, man.
You can't play man against him; he would have killed you. You can't play. This is how the pros evaluate it. Some of these Bama channels will let their fandom make them tell a lie. I look at what defenses do to stop the quarterback, and is he still successful? Right? Play man against him, he gonna kill you. Play zone against him, he gonna pick you apart, and you're gonna be switching up at halftime. Try to match against him, they're gonna run the ball and kill you that way. Yep. Dude is just good, man. I can't take nothing from him. That's just straight up truth.
You know what happened, in my opinion? This is why I feel like people hate on Nussmeier so much. And this is just a personal take on this, is because the very first game of the season against Florida State, he crapped the bed. And I think, but he, like we said, he progressively got better through the season. And I think sometimes when you see that one time, a lot of people stick to it and they hang on to it and they just won't let go of it.
Yeah, his run game didn't help him out that game.
No,
either,
no. He didn't have a run game, in my opinion, at all. You know what I mean? So he was in a very Shedeur Sanders like situation. Not as bad, right?
Yeah.
But
Facts.
pretty close.
Yeah, Miss Susan. I seen. I found out about their dad, and that's how I found out about the brother. Probably like towards the end of the year, I knew his brother was a quarterback, and he's one of those highly touted ones too. I think he comes out in like not this year, but 2027 or maybe 2028, something like that. 27, yeah. So he's definitely one of those ones too. So hey, like Coach Sean say, man, the truth is in the details. Hey,
I don't like it, but I ain't, it is what it is.
I put it like this: you would love him if he was at Bama. Just put it
Yes,
like
I would.
this.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
4,000 yards passer.
Heisman.
What would our record be last year? We had a 4,000-yard passer.
I say we lose 2 games at the most.
4,000 yards. We're not losing no games.
2,000 at the most. I said 2,000. 2 losses at the most. Not 2,000. We don't need 2,000 losses.
No, we don't. No.
Oh no, I think I'm good on the 2,000 losses. Oh, look at our guy up in here. Coach Al up in here.
And look, for the chat. Coach Al, like LSU to Coach Al is what Tennessee is to me, right?
Oh,
it hurt my ears too, Coach Al. But Coach Al is an offensive guru. He knows I'm telling the truth.
Well, since we going there, what LSU and Tennessee is to them is how Auburn is to me. I can't stand them.
Facts.
I can't stand them. I hate that I have to drive.
We ain't asked John there too, Brinsky. We got to find out John's.
Who is yours, John?
John, hold up, John.
Okay, go ahead.
Remember, you let's just say we're 11-1. Who can your one loss can't be to? It cannot be to this team.
Oh, it's hands down LSU.
Okay, you with Coach Al.
Look, it's got to be LSU. The reason normally it would be Tennessee. The moment Brian Kelly entered Baton Rouge, it instantly became LSU.
Facts. I respect.
He's up there. I can't stand him. I really can't stand him.
Facts.
Especially
Tennessee for me, bro.
The Philip Fulmer thing is what really turned me against Tennessee, in all honesty.
So if you had Auburn, Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, you have to lose to one of them teams. You have to lose to one of them. Who would it be? You have to take one loss, and it's got to be to one of them: Georgia, Tennessee, LSU.
The only reason is because I respect the coach and I have so many friends like Georgia. I got to lose to Georgia, man.
Really?
Yeah, I lose.
I respect Kirby Smart. I feel like he did it the right way, and I have Coach I would be blasting me right now if I didn't say this.
Look at Coach I.
So
me, I'll lose to anybody other than Tennessee. Don't give a damn.
Tennessee. I think, man. I just think Georgia has never been like a rivalry game for real. It's just a hyped up game that we play or whatnot. Not saying because we beat them or nothing like that. I just never really seen them as a rivalry. And then they got Kirby. I just like, that's cool. They all right. I like who was their coach before?
Mark Richt.
I like Mark Richt. They had guys on the team. I love Champ Bailey. It's always been guys like that. But Auburn, I'm telling you, it's been years we've been undefeated. We went into that stadium and lost.
Bro.
I'm like, man, I can't stand it, man. I can't stand them. I can't stand those colors. I don't like Toomer's Corner. I don't like them damn trees. I'm telling you, man, it's a reason why I just cannot stand Auburn. Tennessee, I'm just like, it's just Tennessee. See, the way I see it, I think the people up in northern Alabama may hate Tennessee more.
Yeah,
I'm right here by Auburn. I just see it.
You said it, Brinsky. That's fact. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. I think
Tennessee, bro.
I promise you, I think everybody I've ever known that like is from northern Alabama, it was like, bro, I just can't stand Tennessee.
Because Tennessee is right here. It take me,
it's right there.
40 minutes to get to what is it? Elkton, Pulaski, one of them things. Giles County, whatever it is. Man, look, Tennessee, bro. I'm one of them people. We lose to Auburn. I'm sick, but you just Auburn. You just Auburn. Nobody gives a damn about you. So you just like a little gnat in my ear. Just go on, right? It's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's bad. But up here, nobody respects Auburn. So what? You'll win 1 out of 20. Who cares? But Tennessee, though, bro, when you lose to them, bro, your day gonna go bad. Your clock gonna stop and you're gonna be late for work. You're gonna have a flat going to work, right? You're gonna eat something, it's gonna upset your stomach, and you're gonna have to go defecate when you don't supposed to be defecating at work. I'm telling you, your whole day gonna go bad, man. They got that orange or fluorescent or whatever. They say it's orange. It look like fluorescent. It look like the things the Walmart people be wearing when they get in buggies, so you won't run over their asses. It look like to me, right? It ain't orange. Tennessee is horrible, bro. Horrible. I can't stand it.
I know when it's Tennessee week, I know for sure I'm going to make sure I have this downloaded. My boy, that they post every year when it's Tennessee time, and they're just like, I just can't stand Tennessee. They low down.
Yeah.
They dirty. They some
snitches. Yeah.
I'm like, man, I just hate them.
And when they win one game, they act like it was, man, you ought to see how they be acting, bro. Man, when they win one game, man, they take it to the damn extreme. These people tore their own goal down, walked out of the stadium with it, and took it to some river or something that's over there by the stadium. Like, I can't stand that.
I'd be embarrassed as a fan if we did that.
You see Katrina, she with you, Brisky.
See, can't stand them, man. Can't stand them. Like, and it's a reason we don't run on the field, even if it's the biggest of games. We don't run on the field, man. Like, we're the standard. I don't care who we play. We are the standard. I literally seen folks run on Oklahoma field. I seen them run on Georgia field. I have never seen them run on Alabama field. I never want to see them run out there because the standard is the standard. Like, it's supposed to be another Saturday. Even if the team is better than us, it's still another Saturday because we are the standard. So, F Auburn, I can't stand them. Anytime they just get a good recruit, it bothers me. Now, if I had to pick a team right under that, I think LSU has to be there only because, now, matter of fact, it was still LSU in either way because I still don't feel the same way about Tennessee as Coach Sean, even if Auburn won in the conference. It's just something about LSU and just think that they're good. And then you add Brian Kelly to the mix, who I just can't stand. I think he's an overrated coach. And then he go get one of my guys out of Skiggy. And I was just like, how you going to go get a dog? You don't deserve a dog.
At least LSU, for as bad as Coach Al and John hate them, at least this team has won 3 natties with 3 different coaches of late, right? At least they have been somewhat relevant. Tennessee, though, bro, like we have put lashes to your asses for as long as my daughter been living. She don't even know what losing to Tennessee is like till of late, right?
Yep.
Like, you just suck, man. They stadium suck. I don't like all them damn hills and bushes. Like, it just sucks, man. That song sucks. That little skinny ass dog, that coon dog.
Dolly Parton.
Like, everything is terrible. And when they win, oh my God, bro. Like, they fans up here be like, bro, it's just utter chaos. I'm telling you, it's utter chaos, man. I can't stand them.
And just point this out, Les Miles. I know no coach wants to hear this, especially Coach Sean. Les Miles won with Nick Saban players. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not giving them no credit. None.
None.
To be fair, he was long gone.
Nope. I'm sticking to it.
He was long gone, man. He was long gone.
Self-preservation.
So those were his players at that point.
Yeah.
Those were his players, man. You got to give him his credit, man. Then he built up those guys.
That man was eating grass in the middle of the field. I ain't giving him nothing, dog.
Yes, he was.
I mean, never mind. We don't.
I'm asking this to you, Coach. Well, no. Because I said I wasn't gonna ask you this because it would have been a waste of time. If Auburn and Tennessee was going at it, I already pretty much know who you.
And I had to cheer for one of them. I had to, like I have to. I'm rooting for Auburn, man. I'm rooting for Auburn. I can't have Tennessee winning nothing. That's the only SEC school, bro, that when they're playing a Big Ten school or something. You know, usually I pull for the conference. I want the conference to win because it looks good for. I just can't with Tennessee, bro. I can't. Like, I just can't, man. I'll even go so far as say this: when Alabama and Auburn play each other, in fact, Coach Al, at least that's why I love Coach Al, because for amongst all the hate, he still find a way to tell the truth, man. It hurts, but it's the truth. Facts.
He gonna definitely be one of those guys.
Yeah.
At the Iron Bowl, you see some Alabama fans and Auburn fans after the game tailgating. They all be in each other's tents and stuff. You don't see that with Tennessee. I ain't never seen Bama fans. I seen two old dudes on the elevator get to squabbing. They had to be 75 years old. One had a Bama hat on, one had a Tennessee bucket hat on. They was finna fight on the elevator, bro. I loved it every minute. I was hoping the Bama dude would go on clean his clock. You know what I mean? But you don't see no tailgating with Tennessee and Alabama fans. I ain't never seen it.
And it's funny that you said it, man. That's why I was like, I gotta say it now, because I know 2009 Iron Bowl, freshman year of college, one of the few times that I went to the Iron Bowl with my dad. Man, before we went in the game, one of the some of the best damn barbecue I ever had was from an Auburn fan. I can't even lie to you. The man invited us over there to the tailgate.
Thanks.
That was some of the best damn barbecue I ever had right there. And I was probably the only one that had, because my dad was a Auburn fan. I don't know how, weirdo. God rest his soul. But man, that was some of the best damn barbecue. And didn't have no sauce on it. That's how I knew it was.
Oh,
good stuff.
that'd be good barbecue.
Yeah.
Best barbecue if you don't have no sauce on it, man. And he did that. So shout out to him.
So
When
Coach
Tennessee,
go ahead.
when
Coach.
Tennessee beat Bama, the fans at Alabama, and especially if you go to Knoxville and win, we just trying to get out of there without fighting, right?
Yep.
It's kind of like LSU, where if they lose, they gonna start a fight. Period. Like it's just what it is, bro. You know, I got a special feeling for LSU too, because they peed on our car. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. They urinated on it wasn't my car, it was my homeboy's car.
Whoa.
Yeah, we parked in where the parents park at.
Yeah,
you know, his stepson was playing for LSU, and man, we had them Bama flags on the car, and we came back. They had bent them down. They tried to break them, but they wouldn't break. Thick plastic, and then you could see the pee going down the side of the car. Them LSU fans crazy too, but
I never will support that type of fandom ever.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
It's because that's the type of stuff where you really get shot.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it'd be justified too. You're lucky nobody wasn't in the car, for real.
Oh, it's been a bad thing for somebody.
I think probably like every year, man. Let me not lie. Almost every other year, I think I hear somebody going to jail because of a Alabama and Auburn argument. Every other year, seen a couple of folks get killed. Not seen it personally, but on the news.
Was it?
Is that deep down here in the state? That's why I believe it's the best rivalry in sports, because it's in state. We have nothing here but those two, and we are waiting on that game. You already know when it's gonna come. The weekend, Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah,
you already know.
What was it? Alabama or Auburn fan got shot 2 years ago in a bar for an argument. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but the lewd act by the Alabama fan at the Waffle House on the LSU fan.
The teabagging or whatever it was called.
Yeah, teabagging.
I hear about that one.
Yeah,
man, he put his
Waffle House.
Yeah, that was horrible. They put his.
They got an actual video of this
window.
Man, he put his.
Oh man, if I would have known this, bro,
he put his genitalia on the man's face, man. Head or face or something.
Everybody.
That was terrible, bro.
Man, Tennessee fan, you deserve to get shot, man.
Yeah, you had to have some bail money that night, bro. I don't give a damn. It's going down.
That got to be justified right there. Like, come on now. Like, we got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah,
you
man.
The rest for lewd act is what
terrible. Terrible. Golly.
But of course, everybody, man, I appreciate y'all jumping in here tonight. It was just a little entertaining hour. I'm surprised we even thank God nobody else on here. We probably would have been on here a little bit longer. But appreciate all y'all coming in here. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. 12 subscribers away from 800. Came a long way since day one. But of course, before we get up out of here, my guys got to shout out the channels, what we got going on and everything. And I also want to point out too, we are officially a part of the Bama Standard. Me and Coach Sean. I haven't announced it on the show, but of course, John announces on Twitter and the Bama Standard. So we're officially on the Bama Standard. Shout out to you, John, Justin,
Thanks.
all you guys over there. Just even whoever had their eye out for us to even come on over there to produce for the channel too. So thank you all for even just thinking about us. But I'm gonna let these guys shout out their channels, and we're gonna get up out of here.
So Bama Standard Network, obviously every Friday night, so 7:30 p.m. College Football Chatter, which will be catching me, Coach Sean, and Brinsky on, by the way. It's a Friday night show, and we're transitioning into me doing recruiting almost full time. So that'll be Inside Bama recruiting. So that'll be more to come there. But yeah, and then at Bama Nation John, as you guys can see here on Twitter or X.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys as always, man. Thank you to John, Justin, all these guys who come over and help us out and get us on the channel and talk more football, man. Love to get my brother, Ty already be over there doing his thing with the, doing his thing. I love to get my brother Coach Al, my brother Coach Carl, my brother Piano Man, and my brother Jan 716. Love to get those guys on who are our brothers and Tez, you know what I'm saying? Tez, doing his thing. Love to get my brothers like that who that's our crew, that's our clan, who really do well and really have supported us, and we support them, and love to get them dudes right there with us, man. If we own, they own. If they own, we own. We all stick together. That's why I love those dudes unconditionally. Big shout out to my brother Brinsky, who doing big things, man, growing, as you guys see, Brinsky Damas, as I call him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Justin, shout out to all them boys at Bama Standard, all the Bama content creators around the world. We're gonna be picking content back up, and just thank you to everybody, man. And you can definitely find us, as always, myself at JMHO Sports Talk. That's on Twitter and YouTube.
Oh yeah, man. And definitely shout out to Clint and all those boys at Cover Clemson. Clint. Man, seriously got to get Clint on here before the end of the month. So definitely, y'all hold me to it. I'm going to get Clint on this show. And if Clint, you out there, we getting you on the show before the end of the month, man. One of the best in the game, Andrew Bone, Justin Smith, all those guys, man. All those guys that cover Alabama. And can't forget about KB, Kangaroo.
Yep, and boys do that. Cal still doing his thing too.
Kyle Henderson, man.
Cal still doing his thing. Yeah.
One thing you're gonna learn about us, man, we don't hate on nobody, man. We show love everywhere. If anybody tell you anything different, they lying. We support them all.
Yes.
We all love the University of Alabama, even though I didn't attend. I went to the best HBCU in the country. I had to get that out there. Well, Tuskegee University. Shout out to Alabama A&M and Jackson State. Of course, with Coach Sean and Coach Al going there. So definitely, man, appreciate you guys, and we'll definitely catch you. Look at that, he right there.
Coach Al, our broski right there, man.
And Coach Al, I'm gonna throw this out there right now. I'm gonna make sure I be down there that weekend. I will be down there at Jackson State when Tuskegee play them. You can hold me to that. And hopefully we win, but I ain't holding no promises, man. Prime put y'all in great position with TC, man.
I'm doing it, bro. Hey, wait, Brinsky, hold on before we get off.
Oh Lord!
Oh my goodness,
Here
Susan.
Here they go.
Susan. Now, Susan, one thing about A&M and Tuskegee we had in common, and see, A&M and Tuskegee are sister schools. We party together. Like some of our alums are down there working. Some of their Tuskegee alum work at our. But one thing we both have in common: we can't stand them deadgum Hornets of Bama State. Oh my God! Shout out to Susan and shout out to them deadgum Hornets. Oh my God!
I thought we can get off this channel without hitting.
I know, right? You know what I mean? I give love with credit what credit's due, though. Coach Al, and all my time attending Alabama A&M University. Shout out to A&M University. Shout out to all the Sam Shade. Shout out to AC Carter. They finna do big things. I've
got
never
y'all
seen
covered.
a school the year his last year at Jackson State when we played them at home. I've never seen a school take over our tailgate like Jackson State did. Never seen that in my life. And them tailgate used to be cracking. Like I put it against any tailgate. Man, them JSU people came up here, bro. Tents everywhere. I was like, who is all these JSU folks? Like, bro, it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was utterly bamboozled by this, man. I was flabbergasted. You know what I mean? So shout out to Jackson State. And shout out to Susan. Much love to Susan, man.
And of course, I know Miss Jenna ain't on here tonight, but she will be mad if I don't say that. F them trees,
Janet.
Loomis Corner, everything Auburn except Bo Jackson, Charles Barkley, and Frank Thomas. Everything else F them. I can't stand them. And all that, even Tennessee too, and LSU, all of it, and ASU.
And shout out to our brother, wherever he is, if you're watching, Jake Merrill. We love you, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Please, love you to death, homie. No matter where you at, you still a homie. Handle that business and come on back to us, boy. We miss you, boy.
Matter of fact, that's my bold prediction right there. Before the football season start, we getting Jake back on YouTube.
We getting Jake back. We're going to put it in the atmosphere. Shout out to Jake, man.
I promise you, if that hope, then I promise you, I have the globe then. Like, facts. I forget the future.
Prince Gedamus.
Y'all hold it down, man. Catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all. Peace.